Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Ok, eu já sei qual é a missão que a gente tá fazendo, é a da vampira que ela tinha dado pra gente. Meio óbvio, né, que o lugar vai ser barra pesada, a gente tem que encarar um vampiro. Se eu soubesse, eu tinha upado, mas eu não soube por burrice. É o que dá eu não pesquisar antes a porra da missão na tela de missão, né? Quer ver? Olha, vai ser a primeira coisa que vai estar escrita. Perdi o rastro da enfermeira Dorothy Crane. Após ela se encontrar com um membro de gangue suspeito por sorte, encontrei uma dica útil no cadáver do sujeito. Após ele ser assassinado por scouts enfurecidos. Era algum tipo de cupom para um exame médico gratuito em Whitechapel. O panfleto está... Ah, tá. Pronto. Beleza, vambora. Já não é o que eu tava pensando que era. Qual é a missão então da vampira? Eu lembro que ela me pediu pra fazer uns bagulho. Roubando comida dos doentes, moleque. Cadê? Eu ouço, mas não vejo. É por aqui. Não sei pra que eu subi ali. Ele tá andando. Ah. Nossa!
It's all a bloody joke to you, isn't it? Stealing drugs from the sick and suffering.
Eu ia matar ele, mas vamos conversar.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Eu gostaria de conversar, se você pudesse botar sua arma pro lado. Não! Eu não sou um homem violento, doutor. Então bota a arma pro lado, caralho.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Cara, foda que esse jogo é viciante, velho. Eu já tô cheio de sono aqui. E tenho que comer alguma coisa, mas já são quase 2 horas da manhã e eu tô aqui. Esse joguinho vicia pra caralho.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Bem vagabundo. Ai, meu caralho.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
Eu tô tão mal que assim que eu cliquei nessa opção, eu li isso aqui, ó, requer uma pista como requer uma pistola. Eu já tava me perguntando por que eu não podia apertar, já que eu tenho uma.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
Ó.
I have found a very interesting letter. Your son planned to prove his worth to the gang by stealing your medicine.
Oh, I see. So the little bugger thought he could use his dad to build a reputation.
The gang's recruiter was dead when I found him. Perhaps you should take better care of your son.
I love my Albert, sir. Believe me. It's just... well, I'm an arsehole, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for the letter. This is for your trouble.
Eu não lembro disso do remédio, cara. Eu li isso. Se eu li, eu nem lembro, velho.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Enxaqueca. Ok. Então quando eu tenho remédio, o jogo já me deixa dar direto. A única coisa, o único problema que eu tenho com esse jogo, não é problema, por assim dizer. Não é que eu tenho um problema, mas que eu estranho enquanto eu tô jogando. É que os personagens têm a cara muito plástica. Parece The Sims 2. É meio estranho o jeitão deles. Tá, não dá remédio, não tem tratamento.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now. Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Ué, ele é o filho do cara mesmo?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Se ela for bonita, pode deixar que eu fico de olho, tá certo.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Ó. Beleza.
Goodbye, young man.
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Encontre Darius Petrescu. Benjamin Palmer. Tem a desconhecida aqui. Mas eu quero o Petrescu. Ah, apesar que ela pode me dizer onde ele tá, então vambora.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Swanborough. Sua vida em Londres.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Vou lembrar disso.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Esse remédio é meio estranho, hein?
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competitions?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
É, o seu não é. Tá certo.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Tônico de Swanbrook. Tônico de Swanbrook. Com a lista de ingredientes impressos em latim, este item pode ser reciclado em outros componentes. Bem, pelo menos ela tem esse breguete aqui, mas a minha grana tá curta. Então, vou comprar nada não. Tá, tem que encontrar esse mané ali. Na real, o jogo tá apontando pra mim onde ele fica, eu nem percebi. Aqui.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
Nossa, senhor
To enter
doutor.
that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. There's no one in.
Ah, claro que a casa tá vazia. Certamente que tá. Não entendi onde que apareceu pra mim. Pra mim ver essa parada. Tá, então eu tenho que ficar rodando por aqui até eu encontrar uma forma de assistir ele. Tem sangue ali na esquerda. Bem aqui nesse beco. Ah não, é a parada pra observar. Como é que eu ativo isso? Assim.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Uau!
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Não é mais fácil simplesmente entrar aqui?
It's locked.
Não. Ah, meu caralho, típico. Beleza, então agora a gente vai lá no jornalista. Mas a gente já viu que a mulher tá ali, cara. Não é só ir até ela, porra.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Ambos são desconhecidos. Eu tô pensando seriamente se eu converso com eles. Vamos ver do que se trata isso.
Never have taken up my father's business. Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Eu fui burro, eu devia ter ido no outro cara antes.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse then?
Nossa.
Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
É claro, a culpa é dos imigrantes.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Ué, isso é ruim? Bem, pra ele é, né? Vamos lá, pergunta cretina.
How is business around here?
Business? I had no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Ok. Ele perdeu uma caixa com
Have you
muita
been
coisa.
hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
Não posso fazer nenhuma pergunta pessoal. E não
Goodbye
quero
for now,
negociar
Mr.
com você agora não, meu amigo. Clayton, não é você?
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Joe Peterson não é o cara que eu tinha que encontrar. Mas acho que foi ele que brigou, não foi? Com aquele moleque ali? Não, não veio aqui. Ah, tá aqui.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice you made.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Nossa. Tá liberando bastante coisa sobre ele, sim.
Do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye,
Tá
Mr. Peters.
certo. Encontrar o Clayton na região. Tá, você eu já falei. Tem uma mulher aqui que eu não tinha visto. Quem é você? Ih.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Achei que aconteceu alguma coisa, né? Algum ACG, sei lá. Foi estranho, cara, esse load aí que precisou dar.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Caralho, tremeu tudo aqui em casa agora.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
Tá certo, fazer o quê, né?
You can put your own life in danger, that's your decision. But what about your clients? If you're contaminated, you will put them in danger too.
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Ok, né?
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate. But now I know we don't always have control over our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Tá certo.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Você falou um negócio aí sobre romano, né? Tá certo, Izzy, ó. Você acertou. România.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Mas ainda não encontrei o tal de Clayton. Ela tá com fadiga. Joey Peterson tá normal. Ou é um desses dois mané aí? É?
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Ah, meu Deus do céu. Eu não sei por que eu já esperava uma coisa dessas. Beleza, Tobias. O que você pode me falar?
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition.
Tá certo.
What do you mean when
Also,
quite a
but you...
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Oh, meu Deus.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Nossa.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Caralho, ele vai querer botar fogo na cidade inteira, é isso mesmo?
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
What do you mean?
All
Quite a...
But you...
Well, what do you mean?
The beast...
I have heard enough. Goodbye.
Ok. Cara, esse padre é meio louco, viu? Ou ele quer começar a caça às bruxas, ou ele tá planejando botar fogo na porra da cidade toda com mais alguém, viu? Sozinho ele não faz isso nem fudendo. Cadê o Clayton? Não encontrei o Clayton, né? Ali. Não tem como chegar de surpresa. Oh! Ok, ainda bem que deu tempo de fazer isso. Nossa, eu acertei o... Tá certo. Acertei de costas. Nossa, filho da... Ok. Só que tinha aqui? Só. Tem esse corpo aqui que eu não mexi ainda. Não se aproxime desta área. Oficial sanitário. Encontre Richard. Richard e Clayton, beleza. Ah, eu não encontrei o... Nossa. É a missão principal isso. Isso aqui deve ser o Richard. Não é possível que não seja.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Não é ele. Na verdade é Richard.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Tá certo.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Tá certo.
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about. And that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Tá que pariu, a gente pergunta o que tem bom na cidade e fica falando um monte de merda. Eu já vim pra cá, né? Não.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
What?
If you say so.
In the eyes of the
But
flu.
as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
Na verdade não, viu, meu amigo? Tem um certo limite pra essas doideiras.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the Death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Ponto de vista bem peculiar.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you
Chapolin Colorado.
my dear doctor.
Nossa, o cara é direto mesmo.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Ok.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Beleza, agora eu tenho que voltar. Basicamente eu tenho que voltar de onde eu vim, que eu tenho que terminar de encontrar o cara lá. Falta encontrar o Clayton, encontrando o Clayton acaba a missão. Que porra de bolota é essa, cara, que fica marcada aqui? Eu ainda não entendi o que é isso. E logo vamos terminar a live, galera. Tô começando a ficar aqui com o sono mais pesadinho. Ainda temos que fazer ainda os bagulhinhos ainda antes de eu ir me dormir. São 2h07, vamos deixar bater a 2h30 aí.